Welcome to Rocki's Reality. Get ready for unfiltered and unapologetic culture, entertainment, relationships, and a little bit of politics on Motor City Woman Radio. Follow Rocki's Reality on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. In the meantime, let's go. Yes, finally. Listen, this is what you're seeing here is the result is of about 11 text messages. And a couple phone calls. Welcome to Rocky's Reality, Jay. Juicing with Jay, y'all. The juice lady, owner, founder, Juicing with Jay, and Press, the juice bar. That just had the ribbon cutting. Let's give a claps for that. Just had the ribbon cutting on 313 Jay.
Clap it up.
Yes. So, welcome, Jay.
Thanks for having me.
I'm excited. I'm glad you finally. I could get you here, and of course, during Women's History Month, I felt it was perfect, and it also with the ribbon cutting with Press Juice Bar. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Let's start. Take me back.
Okay.
To the 90-pound weight loss.
All right.
If we can, right quick, Joe, can we show one of the first before pictures?
Uh-oh.
Can we just listen, don't it make you feel good though? Listen, look at them hips.
Man, still got that dunk truck though.
Listen, girl, that ain't going nowhere because we from the South. Our family from the South. Where your people from?
Birmingham, Alabama.
Me too.
205.
Birmingham is what I call it. Listen,
Bernie, exactly.
Right there by the damn airport, Tallapoosa, all of that.
Exactly. I lived in Birmingham for a minute.
That's where my grandma's from. So see,
Yep.
we might be related. So the tips is there, and I got a dump truck too. So that's the before. Now, what year was this, Jay?
That was probably about 2011, 2010, 2011.
Okay. And so let's skip to after the weight loss. Let's skip to the next one. Y'all. Now what year was this?
That was 2015.
That hair was banging.
Man, that's one of my faves right there.
That hair is
yeah.
The hips were still there. Look at that.
Man, that's when my mama told me I was too little though. And I actually had a complex right there.
Really? You had a complex?
I did because my family was telling me that I was getting too small.
Okay, was they saying you was starting to look like a bobblehead?
Listen,
starting to do bobblehead.
Yeah.
Because really with a
people want to ask you if you sick, like, is everything okay? Like, dog, I'm just trying to be great.
Right. But we have to realize too, everyone has a certain body frame. Too.
Exactly.
Like, everybody isn't meant to be a size 0 or size 3.
Exactly.
So you got to get to what's healthy, but you still look good now. So let's get to the moment and then we'll come back to some more pictures later. Thanks, Joe. That hair is fire. I love that red.
I know. I'm looking like my grandma Jean on that picture with that color hair.
Come on, Grandma Jean. Come through with the cheese, baby. Listen.
Yes.
So talk about how you got to that point. What was the point you was like, you know what?
My breaking point.
Yeah, where you was like, I'm about to do something about this shit. It's enough is enough.
Doobie was like...
Doobie is your son.
Doobie is my son, and Doobie is 15 now. And Doobie was about 5. Doobie's about 4 or 5, and I was just like, I gained 89 pounds with him. So prior to having Doobie, I was 155 pounds, and I gained 89 pounds with him.
Oh damn!
And so, his dad was, they owned strip clubs and all that. So I used to be eating lamb chops and stuff.
Yeah, get that yum sauce.
Yes. And my mama used to be like, "Why you better slow down with that food? He bringing you that food every night. You better slow down." And so when I laid on the table to have him, I was 237 pounds, and that was like my heaviest. And then he was a 9-pound baby, so he was a big baby, but that was it. And so
good too,
man. And so even after that, like, I had my daughter when I was 18 turning 19, and my weight I bounced back, right? Because I was young.
Yeah, 18, 19. Yeah, we know you can eat anything. Coney Island at 3 a.m.
Man,
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah,
28, 29, it's not, because they're 10-year difference. And
right.
So, like, when he was 3, 4, I was still holding on to that weight. And I was like, I can't keep blaming this on Doobie. A lot of this is the J. Alexander. A lot of this is the Red Lobster. Before I sit down, I'm asking for bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you bring some Cheddar Bay biscuits? Like, so
Baby.
it was really a lot of me at that moment. I was still eating like I was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was just time to come off. And so I've always been a person who ate healthy. Like, I was a kid eating grapefruit. Like, so people be
Mm-hmm.
like, that's weird. You don't want the peach? Like, I would eat a grapefruit. Or like I said, after having my daughter, I would hit Cody track. I would be on the track. I would put a garbage bag on and walk. So I've never been afraid of diet and exercise, but I was finishing my master's. It was just life, you
Yep,
know.
yeah.
It was life.
Yep.
I was working for the state. We going out to
Mm-hmm.
lunch all the
You
time
know,
during them
somebody got a
home
baby
visits.
shower. It's a fashion
Exactly.
show.
Potluck.
It's always an event, right? Somebody always having a baby.
Exactly.
Somebody died. Somebody this
Exactly.
fundraiser for foster care. What?
All of that. And so I just wanted to get back to size 9J. And it was just like, you know what to do, push back from the table and get busy. And so I started making healthier choices. One of my Masonic brothers used to make his own smoothies, and I was drinking those naked drinks. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm not sure if you remember, but they got outed for not being as healthy as they were proclaiming to be. They
Mm-hmm.
were loaded with sugar.
I
And
remember
on
that.
social
Yeah.
media, it's like when you doing something, if something gets negative attention and you're kind of associated with it, you getting tagged left and right. I had
Yep.
like 50 tags because I guess they
Yes.
got tired of me posting my naked drinks.
Uh-huh.
So I got like
And you
50
know,
tags.
people they can't wait for opportunity to call you out.
Exactly,
You know how
exactly. And
people do.
so like everybody was tagging me, here go them drinks you be drinking every
Exactly.
day. And so my bro Tommy was like, Jay, make your own. And so I started making my own concoctions. I was making the nastiest smoothies, but I was still drinking them because even though those nakeds were loaded in sugars, I was losing weight because
Still.
I was doing the nakeds and then I was eating one sensible meal, but I was
Mm-hmm.
also walking on the track. Like
Yeah.
when I lost 89 pounds, I wasn't in the gym like I'm in the gym now. I did
Mm-hmm.
that off the track, walking. And so once I started looking good, I felt like now I can go in the gym because I didn't want to be the chubby girl who didn't really know what
Mm-hmm.
she was doing and people pointing, you know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
so when I started dropping that weight, my confidence came up. And so I'm in the gym working now, looking like I own
Mm-hmm.
that boy. So
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Right.
but
Absolutely.
wait, 6 months. 6 months, I dropped 89 pounds. And that was juicing. I was doing 2 smoothies a day and one sensible meal. And I tell people all the time, it's no secret sauce to the smoothies. It really isn't. It's about being in a calorie deficit. All of my smoothies are 300 calories or less. So if I'm only consuming 300 calories for breakfast, 300 calories for lunch, that's 600 calories. The SAD diet, the standard American diet, tell us we should have 2,000 to 2,100 calories. So
Mm.
if I'm only
Mm.
doing breakfast and lunch 600 calories, and that depends on the smoothie. If I'm going berry smoothies, that those smoothies are only 188 calories, so I'm really in a calorie deficit. And my meal, my sensible meal, is going at the time with salmon and double greens. So I was doing broccoli and asparagus and protein, so I was low starch. So my meal
So
was
no
like
rice, no
no
potatoes, no
rice,
rice, no
no, not
potatoes,
at first. I
no
started
bread.
integrating that stuff back in.
Okay.
So I was really like on 1,000 calorie diet, and I was full. I wasn't hungry because I was eating whole foods. And so that's where the weight loss came. You can't eat a 2,000 calorie meal in one sitting, and that's just lunch. And then you still gonna have dinner. We
Right.
really are
Yep.
overeating.
Yep. Yep.
And so that's how the weight loss came
Yep.
off. And then with walking, it was just like 6 months, 89 pounds.
Hmm. And I can attest to how walking has helped because I've gone through a transition lately where I've wasn't even really trying, but I dropped some weight. I would say about 20, 30 pounds from just
Mhm.
walking.
Yep.
Just walking. So it really does
And then let me say
help.
this too. My health. I had never been a person that, and I didn't have high blood pressure or anything like that, but I had high cholesterol.
Mm.
And a lot of people don't know that heart disease kill more people than cancer. And so
Mm-hmm.
you got high cholesterol that precipitates
Wait a minute.
heart
Say
issues.
that again. Say that again. Let's
Heart
back up
disease
because we know
kill.
so many people with cancer, though, right?
Exactly. Cancer overshadows it, but heart disease is the number one killer. And
Mhm.
so with me having high cholesterol, I was on the verge of possibly having a stroke, having a heart attack. You know what I'm saying? And so I really had to check myself and was like, Jay, that's not you. Get back to yourself. And then, looking back on it now, I was depressed. And then
Mhm.
we go to school, we get these degrees, we work for
Yeah.
the
Yep.
government, and you start looking at the different pathologies, you know what I'm saying? And you become your own client.
Girl.
And
Ooh.
now hindsight looking back, like I was dealing with some stuff.
Yeah, functioning, and my therapist calls it high functioning anxiety.
Absolutely.
That high functioning anxiety that you keep pushing forward. You keep pushing forward. By the way, just want to shout out to everyone watching on Jay's page as well. And those watching on Rocky's reality. Yeah, right. And it's a trip how it's like you're in a fog sometimes. And you
Mm-hmm.
don't realize until you come out of it and be like, damn, I
Damn.
was kind of fucked up. I
Exactly.
need to,
Get your life.
yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So do you have those so let's talk about your professional background and all of
Okay.
that because we know we college educated and all
Yeah.
that stuff. We from the hood, but we college educated. And I think
Absolutely.
that's what um people love about you, that you're relatable, and I love how you bring the Jesus into it too. Like,
Oh
and you better get right
Lord.
with God though. Like, I love
Period.
it. I love when you
Period.
drop the little like
Listen. Ever since I got water baptized, I ain't been broke.
listen.
Listen, I'm
Okay.
telling you, I used to be the check and go queen. Soon as that direct deposit hit at the state, I was right back at check and go. But in terms of my background, I have a master's degree in psychology. I have a bachelor's in community development with a focus on community services from Central Michigan University. I'm in a PhD program. I was actually 18 credits in a 36 credit PhD program for educational psychology.
Mm.
And at that time, can you hear me? Oh, okay. And at that time, I started juicing. And when I saw that I made my salary in 3 months with juicing,
Mm.
I changed my major from educational psychology to public health because for us, skin folk,
For bit black people.
we have
Right.
to
Mm-hmm.
overcompensate to show our worth sometimes. And it's one
Yep.
thing to be competent in something, but it's another thing to be credentialed in it. And
Mm-hmm.
so
Right.
having a PhD in
Wait a minute,
public
wait a minute. I'm
health
sorry. Back up. Say that again. I'm sorry.
is one
Certain
thing
parts
to
you
be
we gonna have to rewind. We're gonna have to rewind.
it's one thing to be competent in something, but it's another thing when you credentialed.
Come on,
And
somebody.
so and I look at people and they be saying, stuff like, you don't need a degree for this or you don't need a degree to be rich, but it's certain jobs that you have to have a degree
Right.
in. So I tell my daughter that, like, don't let no one minimize your education.
Exactly.
We got
Let
a
that be
lot
an
of
extra add-on. Let it be an
absolutely,
extra
because
add-on.
we got a lot of insta famous people who don't have degrees and they making bank,
Yeah.
but one don't have to do with one doesn't have anything to do with the other, but people are sometimes like trying to shame people for like
Mm-hmm.
going to school, or I know you
Yep.
educated, like why have to be all that? But once I was halfway through the educational psychology program. My best friend is a PhD doctor, and she was traveling out of state to interview for positions. And she gave me an opportunity. I was able to teach a couple of her intro psychology classes.
I love
So I
it.
have done adjunct faculty like at Baker College.
I love
So
it.
that was an awesome experience to be able to teach psychology, actually having a degree in psychology. And so then I was like, I have a master's in psychology. I don't have to have a doctorate in psychology, right? I can actually teach college with my master's. So let me go ahead and finesse my way into this public health program.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, I did lose quite a few credits because only like 2 or 3 of the classes transferred. But I'm a year out from having my PhD. I've been on a sabbatical, but I've been making millions. So
Yeah,
you
right,
know
right.
what I'm saying?
Listen,
Like I gotta do it for me. I
yeah.
gotta do it for me. But I need to finish because I'm only a year out.
Right. But also that is the kind of the the balance or the struggle at times when we making that money and you still want to make sure you finish school because you still
Exactly.
want to have that foundation. And then
Exactly.
also just when you commit to something, you want to finish it.
You have to. We
You know,
start where we
yeah.
finish.
So
That's what I tell my
she
kids.
taking a little break, opening stores and things, and we gonna get into
Exactly.
that. So we gonna get back
Exactly.
once the store is up and running. We gonna get back to finishing
Once
up
we
the
fully
doctor.
staffed and they
Listen,
doing it
grandma, she
to
gonna do it, grandma. Listen, because
exactly.
that's what the
And you
elders
know
taught
that's
us.
what we do it for.
Right, that's what the elders taught
Yes.
us. Like, make sure you finish school, and even if you can get some entrepreneurial opportunities. And my thing is, even what I've told my son, like, even if you don't go to college, go to trade school, some type of formal education.
My son has made it clear that he doesn't want to go to college. And he's interested in cars. And I have a couple friends who husbands or boyfriends own shops where he'll have an opportunity to work in the summer. And then we found an auto shop program, like a vocational program in his school, and he's in that now. So once he finished, he'll come out certified.
Yep,
Because he's starting it in the 10th.
exactly.
So
Get the
he'll have 3
credentials,
years
right?
and he can go to any shop and work or
I'll
get
call
his
you with
own.
I might need some work. Good. Because we always need to know somebody.
Exactly.
We always need to know somebody who fix a car. I prefer that than taking my car to the dealership. Because
Definitely.
they gonna rob you every time. So hey Tony, our boo Tony Smith is watching.
Oh, that's my baby.
Hey Tony. So okay, so let's go back a little bit. When you talk about how it evolved from you making your own.
Okay.
Because I know somebody probably tasted it, was like, girl, make me one.
That's exactly what happened.
So talk
that's
how
exactly
it
what
evolved
happened.
into
So,
Juicing with Jay, how that whole empire just evolved.
So it's actually a hashtag called hashtag Bish I'm Juicing, BISH. And so it'll go all the way back to like 2014.
Shit.
Hashtag Bish I'm Juicing.
That's hilarious.
And so I was making the smoothies, and then I started making them for people for free.
I know you did.
And so Celeste Fight, she and I worked in CPS together.
Okay, shout out to Celeste.
Shout out to Celeste. Celeste was the person who was like, I was like, I'll show you how to make it. And she was like, I'll pay you to make it.
Exactly.
And so
I don't feel like doing it. You do it.
And that was one of the things that Rob said, like, we don't sell produce, we sell a service.
Exactly.
Because you can make your own smoothies.
Exactly.
You can go, and people like, so people pay you to put the fruit in the bag.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yes.
And then I had a cousin who looked on my page and saw some cute fruit just for the website. And she was like, well, cuz what's the secret sauce? Because I blended all that and I ain't lost a pound. Right. Because you don't know the J way. You know, it's every bag is weighed. You know,
and I see you have the calorie intake down to calorie count down to science. Yeah,
absolutely, absolutely. But see, I've done things like I've taken nutrition classes. I found a mentor who is a registered dietitian and master's level nutritionist who work with me one-on-one. Like, I put the work in.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And God woke me up out my sleep with Juicing with Jay.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
It.
Like, it morphed into something really, really big. But the way that it was going to get put together, you know, a lot of people on social media, one of my friends who I used to be her play mama, and I'm only a year older than her, Kianta Alexander, that is Hammond now. She married, no disrespect to her husband, but she had showed me like these little baggies, and she was like, this like what you doing, Jay? And so then Rob's grandmother used to cater, and she had the Scylla meals. And so then we started vacuum sealing. So it was a lot of different input from a lot of people. And I appreciate them.
Come on, village.
Exactly. I didn't do this just by myself.
Right.
But it was my journey juicing where I lost the 89 pounds and put the work in, and people saw how it was working for me, and they wanted to come along. And it was me bringing them along. Like, somebody do this with me. You know, we don't like to do nothing by ourselves.
I saw you were doing the challenges, the Facebook groups and stuff.
Yes.
And just I think also consistency. When people see you sticking with something,
absolutely,
and they start seeing that enthusiasm, because you can't make people do it.
You can't.
You know,
we give $1,000 incentives.
Exactly.
You're not gonna, if that don't motivate you, then you have to be motivated. It has to be a goal, because you're not gonna see it to the end.
So you start making it for people. And so
Yeah,
what
so I
got you
started
to the
making
point where you
so
were
I
like, I'm
started
about to
making
make
it
this
for
a business.
people.
This is no longer a hobby.
And then I just saw everybody who wanted it was like, okay, so what's the price? Man, I was so cheap.
We do
I
that at
was
first when
breaking,
we
yeah,
first start. Yeah.
I was breaking. I wasn't even breaking even. I was kind of losing money, but I was making some money.
But not enough for your time
But
and
not
effort and energy that you
exactly,
put in.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so that was, talking to other business owners was like, no, you have to pay yourself. You have to allot for your time. How many hours do it take you to do this?
Yeah.
What do you make at the state an hour?
Yeah.
Okay, so you need to factor this in. So a lot of that business component started coming
Right.
in.
You driving to go get the materials,
Yes,
all of that. You
that.
ordering
Exactly.
stuff. Yeah.
I wasn't really, thinking about that because I was going to get it for myself. And I'm such a giving person that it was just like I just wanted everybody to win with me. And so I was just doing it for free. And it just was so taxing. And then it was like, I'll pay you. And then somebody else was like, I'll pay you. And then they dropped 11 pounds. And then they on social media saying they dropped 11 pounds. Then my friend Cherie Cass was having their 20-year reunion. And she was like 15, 20 cast technicians wanted to 10-day meal
Shout out to my
replacement.
CT
And
fam.
so,
Listen.
man, it just got so big, and so many people just start rolling with it. And my first order from my website was one of my Eastern Star sisters in Alabama.
I love it.
And we didn't ship because trying to ship all that cold product, then you have to buy the dry ice, and then it's heavy.
Yeah.
It costs twice as much to ship. I shipped it because I'm a woman of my word, but right after that, I put on there no shipping so quick, like
right.
I can't ship because it costs too much. So it costs like $130 to ship, not counting the dry ice. And she only paid $60 for it. But I did make it happen for her, and it worked for her. And then it was just a matter of me. Then I started selling the recipes for the out-of-state people, doing it that way. Then as I grew, I found a way where I can ship it, where it would be affordable to the customer. So we just really have evolved.
All the way to Liverpool, baby. Man, okay.
What?
I love it.
I'm like, where the Beatles are from? I didn't even know. The person had to tell me, like, I'm from where the Beatles are from. They did one of them Instagram calls and the accent. I was like, oh my God. We shipped to Okinawa, like for people in the
Japan.
Military. Yes, in the service. They have PO boxes. So we have shipped to Okinawa. We have shipped to Germany. It's just been amazing.
I love it. So are you still with the state?
I am. So let me tell you, I was about to retire in December, and I was informed that my loan forgiveness is in there. In line.
Okay.
And I got like $200 and some $1,000 worth of student loans. Y'all heard me say I'm in a PhD program, right?
Listen.
So one of my besties, Robin, was like, Jay, just hang in there. Come on, Jay, hang in there. Ain't no reason to leave right now.
Right. It's
we work from home. We only go in one day a week, and the department that I'm in is really easy. But it's days that I don't even want to answer the phone, and I'm like,
I know, yeah.
But yes, I am still a government employee.
Struggle. Yeah, the struggle. Yeah, the struggle. Because you're like, this ain't even my passion or purpose anymore. Yeah, Yeah. So let's talk about your book, Black Marriages Matter. Because you've been married to Rob, which he is your perfect complement. Just like my husband. They understand our crazy.
Man, because Rob is so laid back, chill.
I can tell. Just like my husband, I can tell.
Yes, just like my husband. He be ready to say something. I jump right in. I be like, I'm so sorry.
He's so patient. What's his sign?
He a Cancer.
Oh, so yeah, he patient and sensitive and just so loving. And they are good listeners too.
Man,
bless his heart, child. Shout out to the husbands.
He balanced. Rob brings so much balance to this. Yeah. He brings so much organization, and a lot of times, I'm the face. You know what I'm saying? And people saw me. But my husband behind the scenes, he hold it down.
Okay.
Like no matter who, like, and Rob, he's a foreman. And so he works 8 months out the year. And his season is going back. So like right now, I'm like on pins and needles because when he's there, I just know I'm good. He really just brings a calm.
Yep. Yeah.
He really brings a calm.
So how is it mixing business with marriage? Because I know
It's not
yeah,
easy.
because that's what I'm saying. Me, because Ben and I, as creatives, at times we be on the same page, and other times we be
But
clashing. And I'm like, damn it, we
yes,
gotta get along so we can get this shit done. Like,
yes.
like we be done got into it, and I'm like, I got a show next week, so I need a flyer done, or I need to just talk to him about something.
Yeah.
And it's like it's so. So how do y'all come back from that? Because
So
it's definitely a blessing to be a power couple, so to speak. But it's a lot that goes into it to maintaining that.
we feed off each other's strengths and weaknesses. Like I said, he does. Rob is a machine. Like he mass produce. Like I'll be on one batch of juice. He on the third because I'm taking calls. I gotta stop and talk while I'm pouring. And Rob is like robotic.
Focused.
He's laser focused. I tell him, I'm like, you a little bit on the spectrum, and when you in there, you is in there. And he's so meticulous.
Yeah.
So that part
That's the blessing.
is such a blessing.
Yeah.
There are times like he'll be like, so when did we do that? Like he'll see something happen. I'll be like, well, you was at work and I had to make the call.
He be
You
like,
know what I'm saying? Like, oh, so we went with that one. And so then it's like
he be double checking.
Yeah.
Yeah, like mm-hmm.
And see, Rob, although he's in construction, he has a banking background. He used to be a banker. And so finance wise, budget structure, he know how to save a penny. Like
I love it.
he really, he counts it down. Leos, we just luxury. We got it. He be like, we need to save.
We similar because we fire signs. I'm an Aries.
I be
absolutely.
Like,
Ben be like, wait a minute, hold up, just slow down. He a Capricorn. He gets. He be like, listen. So what? Let's talk about Pressed.
Okay.
Yes,
baby.
So we had the ribbon cutting. We had to make sure that it wasn't the reopen.
Exactly. It's not the grand reopening.
It's the re.
Exactly. So it was the ribbon cutting ceremony, and I was just thinking like Motor City, we are 2-time Motor City match winner. We won design, and then we won $55,000 towards our build out. And so I was thinking like, 313 day, everybody now is doing something. They've dubbed it Detroit Day. I'm like, Motor City match. Why not do it on 313 day, the ribbon cutting? And it was like asking the team, like, are we going to be ready? Asking the builders, because like 2 weeks ago, you walked in my store, you be looking like, y'all sure this gonna happen?
Listen.
And they was like, oh yeah, Jay, we can make that happen. While we were on our, I was about to say honeymoon, while we were on our anniversary trip in Cancun, I was emailing the Motor City match people like, hey, do you think the mayor will be available for a 313 ribbon cutting? And so they like, yeah, let's try to make that happen. So I just thought that it would be dope to do it. I got 313 tatted on.
I love it.
Ben
was saying he wanted to get one.
Yeah, so it's like
it. Shout out to Clement Fame Brown.
I grew up with him.
I love it.
Yeah. That's how the connect with the mayor came. I call him man still, even though he fame now. He invited me to a roundtable discussion with the mayor, and he had like just 4 other business owners there. And I was there talking to the mayor, and I was like, I done made hundreds of thousands out my trunk. And he was like, you would be ideal for a Motor City match if you had a business in Detroit. And Robin Hopkins was like, we can make that happen.
Exactly.
And she did my application. Robin is my business advisor. She's on my team. I don't make too many decisions without consulting her. But she got the whole law degree and all of that stuff. So she's she's invaluable to our
shout out to Robin
program.
with 2 B's.
With 2 B's. I texted her the other day and was like, friend, she's the reason why Juicing with Jay and Press Juice Bar are now 2 separate entities. Because she was like, Jay, I see franchise for you. She's already set up like franchise consultant. She was like, they not gonna know who Jay is in Alabama, but Press Juice Bar, because you pressed in the plant to get the juice. So you will see a lot of juiceries that got pressed in the name. And that's because we press in the plants to extract the juice. But she was like, Juicing with Jake still be your workout stuff, your waist trainers and all that. And so now we have 2 different streams of income,
I love it.
all focusing on the Juicing with Jay brand.
Because Prest is gonna. I heard you was gonna have some food there. I heard something about some
So
food,
we'll have
some sandwiches gonna be up in there.
absolutely. My cousin Sakara is a chef, and she's helped us come up with a few like sandwiches. We don't have a stove in our store, so we can do like panini presses, with chicken, so we can do like grilled chicken salads. We gonna have my favorite avocado toast, hummus toast. We could do some grilled cheeses and things of that nature. So we'll have a few
just a little
sandwiches
something
and
to keep the
salads.
hank off of
But
you.
the juice is what they coming for.
Right,
so
right.
nothing is gonna overshadow the juice and smoothies because that's our foundation. That's who we are. So my cousin was like, and we can put a salmon. I was like, girl, we not serving no salmon. Like they coming to get juice. They want a colon flush.
So wait a minute. Listen, you know how we be when we get hungry and greedy. We like, we can put a little something more on there. You know how aunties be doing a little bit salt more on it. So let's get into the juices, which by the way, thank you. Y'all, she brought me a little care package, which let me attest to this colon flush here. This the one right here. This the one that'll make you be ready to do a confessional with your Catholic priest. It gets you together though.
Absolutely.
It gets you together.
It take you down through there, but it gets you together.
Listen, you stay home when you drink it, okay? Stay home. So you drink this in one sitting, right?
Absolutely.
Within how much time?
Like 2 hours.
Within 2 hours, okay. And then just
take your time. Drink 8 ounces every 15 minutes. A lot of people be trying to gulp it down, and then I don't want them to throw up, So take your time with it.
Okay.
And it's not that bad. I can drink
it doesn't. It doesn't taste bad. It's just like afterwards.
Yeah.
You gon' feel
flush.
It. You gonna feel it.
The name is so appropriate.
So get your Vaseline ready too.
I
your
know.
Booty might be sore.
Get some wipes. No, seriously. And we have been testing. We have been testing flushable wipes.
Oh,
because we want to sell the flushable wipes with the
look at it.
Yeah, so we've been testing. We have to get some stuff that can, flush and not gonna be an irritation to your skin. Our bottoms are sensitive, so we down to like 2. We want it to be kind of heavy duty as well. We don't want nothing cheesy, and so that's what we're waiting on with the flushable wipes.
I love it. Okay, ding,
branding, baby.
Listen, exclusive.
Yes,
I love it. That's coming soon. So what this is?
That's the apple ginger.
Oh, I love ginger. Okay, so this is just like a meal replacement.
Yeah. So
let's run down the different ones. This one is apple lemon ginger.
We got Good Greens, which is your most detoxifying one. That's gonna have like your celery base. Only like 90 calories. We have a carrot bomb, which is like a liquid Motrin that has carrot, apple, lemon, ginger, and turmeric. So you're gonna get your beta carotene. The beets, which everybody be like, beets, but the beets are just so bomb because it helps with our blood pressure. It helps to filters the blood. It helps.
I gotta get past that taste, Jay.
Like earth. It tastes like dirt.
It
like
does.
Like the earth. But see, I eat
when I was pregnant, people was like, "You eat beets, and you be good." And I'm like,
absolutely.
I just can't get. Is it just beets in there? Do you put a little?
No, it's some apple in. It's some apple in there. Okay. It's some beets, some apple. Most natural juices, you'll see that they're cut with like either an apple.
Knock it out. Thank you.
Or a pear.
Okay.
Yeah. So
to kind of the beet. Okay.
So the beet. Yeah. And for men who are on high blood pressure, hence the name Beat It Raw, it helps. It helps with erections.
Okay.
Yeah. So we get some guys that be like, let me get a 4-pack all beet.
Like, instead of the honey pack. Have you heard of honey pack? Now what the hell? I was like Googling that the other day. I said, Lord, I was today years old. So Beat It Raw is a more natural because I heard that the honey pack has
a liquid Viagra.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's very good for endurance, like for working out.
Of course, it would do all that and taste that way.
Yeah,
it's like the stuff that tastes. You know what? I'm gonna have to get some of this. Okay.
And then you have your apple lemon ginger, which is clean and crisp. Most people like the apple lemon ginger because there's no vegetables in it, right? So can I just get all apple lemon ginger? Like, so forget about detoxing, huh? Forget about the heart health with the beets. Yeah.
Is that what you be saying to people when they come in there?
And then
They
we
be
got
trying to
the
take the easy way out.
always.
Cause you saw I text you. I was like, I still want to be able to eat. Jay.
Right. That's why I'm like, so you should do the smoothies.
Right.
Now here's the thing. Juicing is not easy. Like you can lose a
Yeah, that's
lot
what I
of
was gonna
weight
ask you. What are
very
some must-haves?
fast.
What are some tips? Yep,
So
that was one of my questions. What are
for
some
me, I could
must-haves? What are
drop
some
20
tips?
pounds in 7 days juicing.
And you're
But
not eating in your thing. You're
I'm
just
only
juicing.
juicing and water
Okay.
and maybe some sea moss.
Okay.
But here's the thing. People like, you're not gonna die because the juices are fruits and vegetables. You getting all your minerals in and it's going straight into your
People think they gonna
bloodstream.
die.
Your body don't have to work. You
Mhm.
actually giving your body rest
Yeah.
because you have taken the digestion out of it when you put
Yeah.
it through the juicer. So
That's
it's
true.
all liquid going, and it's that's why you feel so electrified, like because it's so natural and it's going straight to your bloodstream.
That
And you
makes sense
just feel
because
amazing.
beef weighs you down. We all know this. Like
Exactly.
it does
And then
take
now your
longer for
body
meat
got
to
to
pass.
work.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
true.
And
Yeah,
so,
take
and make
longer to
no
pass
error.
through.
When I lost those 89 pounds, I was still on a hog. I would eat some barbecue pork roast. But again,
Yeah.
I had the cheat code where I got these 200 to 300 calorie smoothies. So a 700 calorie meal or a 600 calorie meal wasn't going to take me up
Mm-hmm.
because I was still in a calorie deficit
Mm-hmm.
and I was still eating whole foods.
So what? How many should people have? Because
It depends on the
the
person.
standard
So
American diet says 2,200.
exactly.
What do you recommend?
I only need 1,000 because
Uh-huh.
it's what I'm eating. I can do 2 smoothies, I can do some salmon, I can do some broccoli, and I'm still gonna go to the gym and work out like crazy. But if you lifting, you might need 2,000 calories. But your 2,000 calories is not gonna come from like all of the food groups. They probably gonna have so many portions of a chicken for the protein to bulk. They're gonna do uh whey powder or protein powder. They doing a bunch of peanut butter, they doing a bunch of nuts, they probably doing some, some greens or whatever. They doing some rice. So
Okay.
I mean, it just depends. And then you have all of these other diets like keto diets and stuff where you can eat all this bacon and you know what I'm saying, and then they tell you not to have a peach. Like it's okay for me to have all of this bacon, but
No
I
peach.
can't have a peach.
Is peach
I can't
carbs
have
or
a
something?
watermelon.
It's considered carbs. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
understand.
so with keto, the only fruit you can have is a lemon and like some berries because they're on the lower glycemic side. So it's watching like the sugar content.
I don't
So
know about eating all that
and
beef and
listen,
stuff. Yeah.
every diet will work if you stick to it. Whether
That's
it was the
yeah.
Atkins diet, look at all these diets we done been through.
Yeah. And I heard it's one like for your blood type, and it's
Yep,
all type of
yep.
different. Yeah. And you got to figure out what works for your
But
body.
what works for
For
you?
your
So
body.
what works for me is juicing and smoothies and 1 to 2 sensible meals a day. And if I'm eating fruit throughout the day, I don't have to have no food. I
What type
fast.
of fruit you eat?
Oh, I love the pear is my favorite fruit. I
Okay.
love pears. I love strawberries. I love grapes. I love plums. I eat it all. I
Okay.
eat all for. I love apples. I love oranges. I love grapefruit. I love it's when I do fruit fast, I do like vitamin C fruits only. I'm only doing like oranges and grapefruit.
Oh, Dave, you got some mad
Yes,
discipline, Jay.
I do.
Let me give
I
you your
do.
flowers, cause god damn it.
I'm not a slave to food though.
Yeah.
But then too, I was
Yeah.
a Reese Cup bandit. So I have my vices,
You said you
like
were a Reese cup.
Reese Cup bandit, baby, and I feel it. I'm a Lester Reese Cup. They got to be soft in the middle. I know they be looking at me at the store like, why she touching on
What?
them Reese Cups
You be
like that?
the package? You be testing them?
The peanut butter
Are
got
they
to be
different?
soft.
It's
Yeah,
something.
you can feel it if it's hard. It's gonna be that light skin brown. It ain't gonna be all creamy brown like how the Jif look. It's gonna look all pale and stale.
Somebody been sitting on the shelf for a
so
while.
it's probably been sitting for a while.
Oh my god!
I even
that
trained
shit is
Rob know how
hilarious.
to Rob go in there. He be like, it's a good one, ain't it? He even know how to do it.
I love it. I love it. So let's get into a little bit. I love Jay, your social media personality, and that you the same person
In real life.
in real life. I love that about you. Let me ask, what the picture you posted today? Why was people tripping on it? I was like, I'm not understanding. Was you like posting it to say this is cute?
Listen,
They holding hands. You thought it was cute. I thought it was cute. I was
and
like,
that's
what's
why
the
I
issue?
said, did you see me come back? Like, I actually like this.
Yeah, I was like, what is the issue? Like, I mean, listen, we all ain't living the life, okay?
I've learned as a wife is certain captions that you really can't post, right? What I wanted to say is, if I can't have a love like this, I don't want it. Right.
Mm-hmm. But then people be like, well, what she mean? Her and her husband. And then
exactly. They start looking too much into
Girl,
it. So that's when I just was like, I never knew there was a love like. I actually liked it. Like,
yeah, I was like,
whether we balling or falling, we together.
Exactly.
You know, and I didn't even look at it like that. I had them crossing, and they was still. At first, I thought he was holding her hand across the street, but they was still holding hands once they crossed. And I was like, I gotta take this picture. So it was nothing negative on my part.
I love
nothing negative on my
part.
part.
That's why I was looking like, well, what? I don't see the problem. That's where they at,
exactly.
And we all, and like, shout out to my fellow CT classmate Harry Weaver. You better hope
that's my dog.
person. Yes, I love me and Harry graduated together. I love it. You better hope the person who you love you the same way.
Exactly.
Right. But that could be a whole conversation about relationships. It's
and you know how people just read so much into stuff.
Girl, I be like, y'all really, and I'm the type of person, I'm gonna tell you what the fuck it is. Like, you it ain't no implications or none of that shit. I said what I said.
I'm standing on it. And I'm standing on it.
Go argue with your mama. Like, you can have your point of view, that's fine, but I'm not about to be going, through the rigmarole with you.
Do you remember when a lady, and I want to talk about this because, I do have a master's in psychology, body dysmorphia.
Mm-hmm.
And social media, like, aren't you glad social media wasn't around back in our day? Like,
that we knew what it was like before then. Yes.
I just sit here and you can be whoever you want to be. And so many people are just going for this same body type, for this same, and then
booty got to be a shelf, and some of it don't even look right.
Good, right?
Everybody don't have to look good then. But everybody doesn't look good.
But what determines what look good? Because I had an uncle who only liked thick women. I'm talking big women, not where we wouldn't say, no, that's a little more than thick. So I mean, everyone has a preference. And so I tell people, as long as you a size healthy, because this lady tried to go on me. She like, you look good the way you look. Why do you go to the gym every single day?
Maintain it.
Do you have anorexia or?
Yes,
I'm a
I remember that
worker,
the whole
and then I had to get her together.
Yeah,
like, I remember that. Hold on, this is what I do, but it's real, and so many people are just so, like. First of all, we oversaturated with
and obsessed.
It's
crazy
with stuff.
And what looks good on someone else
may not
look good on you. That be my thing. Like, we don't have to get the same thing.
And I was just telling Dr. DeLorean, because he and his wife came to the ribbon cutting, and I was just telling him, like, people who have had bariatric surgery, stop getting mad at people when they say they got it, they did it naturally, or they dropped 89 pounds on their own. Like, that's not a shot at you. Your journey is your journey. You may have needed that extra help, and I'm not judging you for how you got it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But don't try to minimize how I did it or how the next person did it. Just like I'm not going to minimize.
Because really, the way you did it is more disciplined, though. I admire that more when people actually work for it.
So, okay, but the people who are really heavy, they got to work for it.
Yeah.
The doctor ain't just putting them on the table. So everybody's journey is their journey.
Yeah.
And okay, you got your boobs done, but you mad that she got her ass done. Like, I mean, make it make sense. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It doesn't. It don't.
People just have to be happy with who they see in the mirror.
Yeah.
And I don't care how much I go to the gym. When I was Big J, you got them full picture, full
sexy,
body pics.
Big sexy.
Because I know who I am. I know my worth. I look in the mirror and look straight through my soul. And I know I ain't never backbited. I ain't never threw nobody under the bus. I ain't never stabbed my friend in the back. I ain't never tried to learn my friend's secret sauce and then do what she do. It happens.
Yeah, and
You
see,
know
that's
what I'm
that good heart
saying?
energy. Like my girl Shonda Reed was saying, that's that good heart energy. Because she was like, you look
Yeah.
like you aging back. Because we took a picture. My girl Monica Hutchinson was in town. Walker,
I know
yeah,
Monica.
she was in town last week, and we took a picture. We was like, damn, we look good. We look all young. And Shonda was like, that's that good heart energy. Yeah, because you know when you got a
Absolutely.
good heart,
Yes.
listen, you can say
Yes.
I'm many things, but you could I'm gonna be solid and 100 with you. So
Solid.
that let's talk about that a little bit. Um, and then I want you to get into 3 women that you admire because this is
Okay.
Women's History Month. So let's
Definitely.
talk about how relationships at times how they go through these transitions and transformations when you are transitioning into different phases of your life. And so is that something you've experienced with Juice and with Jay and Pressed?
Oh, absolutely. I've outgrown, or I'm not even gonna say I've outgrown. People have not wanted to grow
Mm.
with me.
Mm.
Some people have just grew apart. Um,
Mhm.
and for me, it's like it is what it is. You
Yeah.
know, like I'm not gonna try to make somebody see my value or make somebody see
Mhm.
my worth.
Mhm.
Um, I've had people to like, okay, if I sell beet juice, or if you sell beet juice and you my friend and I don't like beets, I'm not gonna be on social media like beets is so nasty.
No,
My
right.
friends sell this product. Like I'm
Exact
not gonna try to
girl. Even if
disparage
you ain't the
it,
customer, share the shit
exactly.
and shut the fuck up. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Excuse
Like
me.
I'm not gonna
Ooh.
try to disparage something that my
Exactly. If
friend
you
is
don't like it, if
doing.
it ain't for you, that's
If it
fine.
ain't for
Pass it to
you, that's
somebody who does.
fine.
Yep.
Like, and you, I see that like with my
Yep.
family. One of this girl was doing my hair, and she was a family friend. She was like, "Your cousins can't stand you." She was messy. I was like, "For real? All you do is post you at the track, you at the gym." I'm like, "Yeah," and
Jealous.
they still fat, ain't they?
And jealous.
Okay, like
Jealous and
how my
envy.
posting every day bothers
Yeah.
you, but your light
Cause
speak to people
your
demons.
spirit
Your
ain't
spirit
they
speak to
spirit ain't
people
settled. It
demons.
ain't settled. They spirit ain't settled. That's what it
Exactly.
is.
Exactly. But guess what else I get? Somebody in my inbox like, "Thanks, Jay. You
Shoot,
saved my life.
exactly.
Thanks for being
Exactly.
an inspiration.
Yep.
Keep posting every
Yep.
day you at the track."
Right.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
So talk about 3 women,
Three
right? Women
women.
who inspire you like that.
Definitely my grandma. My grandma was just the epitome of a woman. My
Mm.
grandma, she didn't like loose women. She made it very
Mm.
clear that my
Child.
nickname Juan. She made it very clear that Shan and Juan couldn't do what Barry and Chris did.
Okay.
Barry and Chris can go outside, pull their pants down. Somebody gonna laugh. When you and Shan do it, they gonna say, "Look at that hoe."
Yeah.
So
Oop.
my
Oop.
grandma,
Mm.
she just is
Come
she
on,
was so
somebody.
loyal. She was a homemaker, but she still had her own money. She was a
Mm.
hustler. She was a giver. When people came from Alabama and people came from out of town, she set them up with how to get on the Section 8 list. Everybody lights and stuff was vendor. Remember vendor back in the day?
Uh-huh.
She was
Yep.
she was helping
Mm-hmm.
people get stuff vendor. She was just such a
Mm-hmm.
helping
Baby, we
person.
talking about
So
FIA days.
yes, Rose James Granger, baby. Rose
Shout out
James
to
Granger
her.
was my baby,
Hey.
and I lost her in '97. And I
Mm.
tell my daughter all the time, who was born in '97, I hate that you didn't really get a chance to know her. She
Yeah.
saw her, but my baby was only like 5 months when my grandma passed. I stand on the shoulders of so many inspirational women. My best friend, who is a doctor, she's a vice
Is that the
president.
Nikita?
Dr. Narkita
Nikita?
Key. Her daughter goes
Okay.
to Spelman with your
Oh
daughter.
yes, Cheyenne. Okay,
Yes, yes,
yes.
yes, Cheyenne. My best friend was working with the city when they was going through the bankruptcy and the city. I saw that girl go through a divorce, and I saw her 2 children. Shaky would have dance, Julian would have karate, and she'd be here for 30 minutes, there for 30 minutes, still
Child,
working on her PhD. Like I saw my
only a
best
mother
friend,
knows.
man, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I saw her
Yep.
when she
Ooh.
didn't want to fight no more, and I would cuss her out. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, you gonna do this.
Yep.
And she did it.
Mm.
Like, I remember her mother is a PhD, and her
Mm.
mother used to pick us up from work in the Benz, take us to lunch. And so I remember she didn't even want to go and get her PhD. And when I was in the master's program, I was so inspired by her mama that I was like, shoot, I'm going. And my
Exactly.
best friend ended up going and finishing and seeing it through. She's such an inspiration.
I
And
love.
honestly, my dog, Robin Hopkins. I mean, my
Okay.
mother, of course.
Right.
I mean, let me first say
Mhm.
Juwanne James. My mom had some struggles. My mom got shot 10 times
Oh wow.
right down the street on Lawton and McGraw.
Oh
Our house
wow.
was shot up. My mom got shot 10 times. And just to see her, I don't know what daycare looked like. I never had a daycare bill.
Mm.
My mom made sure that my kids were, oh, I remember when she had to come live with me for a time. I didn't
Mm.
want her to leave. She would cook. Me and my man was like, oh, can she stay forever? She's like, no, I got to get my own place. But my daughter would be bathed, and
Thank God for
I used to think my
grandmamas.
mom bragged on me a lot to her friends because sometimes when you talk about your kids' accomplishments, it's only bragging to a person
Who
who
jealous?
jealous or who
And then,
hating.
yeah, through that
And somebody
lens.
told, because
Yeah.
I told her like, "Ma, stop mentioning what I'm doing to people
Mhm.
and she was like,
I
do
don't
you
give
know
a
what you
exactly. I don't give a
exactly?
damn, girl.
Do you know the
Listen,
hard
I'm a
work you
screaming from the
put in?
mountaintops.
Exactly. So
Yes.
Juwanne James, my
Shout out to
baby,
y'all.
is
Yeah.
definitely an inspiration. But my girl Robin Hopkins, like she wears so many hats. Like, and I text her the other day because she was at another client across the street from my store, and she was like, "That's Jay building." She got the building for me. She sat down with Grandma Rosedale with me to get the space. She put my Motor City, and it's not just because of all of the things that she did for me, but so much she do for other people. She the
Mm-hmm.
reason why a lot of people that work for the state getting their loans forgiven.
I
Put that
love it.
paperwork in. Put that paperwork in.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, that's my dog.
I love it. Shout out to her. Oh my gosh. So, unfortunately, we got to wrap it up. We
Dang,
got so much
I
more.
talk so much.
No, it's good though. No, it's good. I'm glad. I'm glad you do though, because it make the hour roll. But we got so much more. But it doesn't matter
You still
because
got 8 minutes.
we got 8 minutes. Okay, because I thought
Okay.
you. Okay, thank you, JoJo. Said we got 8 minutes. Okay, good. We
Okay.
got a little
Okay.
longer, a little longer, a little longer. So right quick, dream collaboration.
Um, dream collaboration. Hmm. So I really I remember I used to say like I just want my juice to get in the hand of a celebrity. And my juice have been in the hand of some celebrities. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I look at you a celebrity.
Oh,
You know what
thank
I'm saying?
you.
Like,
Yeah,
not
everybody in Detroit
serious.
is famous.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you.
But it used to be like, and I didn't want to say because Mia just did it, but my homeboy Clement, he hang with some of the Pistons. And I'm like,
Okay,
look,
listen.
I need Jalen Rose school, bro. Like, I mean, I know he's not a basketball player anymore, but I used to love Jalen Rose. And I
Mhm.
tweeted one time, like, I love you,
Listen.
Jalen Rose. And he's like, I love you too, Jay Janae. Because
Listen,
that was my Twitter name, Jay Janae. I'm Juwanne Janae James, Triple J Griggs. But like I was just telling Robin, like, we need a package. We need to
Yeah.
take some of this juice up to
Yep.
his school. You know
Yes.
what
Oh,
I'm
I can see
saying?
that.
And
Hell yeah.
so
Or maybe for make it available for the kids
yeah, that's
too.
what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. That's what I'm talking
Love
about, to the
it.
school for
Yeah.
the children. And so
Yeah.
I would love to do that.
Hell
But
yeah.
I was telling my friend man Clement Fang, he was like, Juanny, that's easy. We could do that. I hang
Okay,
with so
let's
and so and so and
go.
so. So, just things like that. But wanted to get in an arena where it would be well received for people who are kind of like-minded, people who in this space for juice. Because
Yeah.
if you really not in the space for juice, you really not, it's gonna go to waste. I have people who be like, I got some stuff still in my freezer. Is it good? It's
Oh
been
my
there for like
God.
6
Oh
months.
man. Okay. So right quick. Yes, that's a good question. If y'all notice, she puts dates on the labels. Okay, there are dates on the labels. So talk a
Yes,
little.
it can't sit on the shelf.
You know what? You
Honestly,
know how
we
black folks
shouldn't.
is. We gonna put it in the freezer.
You put it in the freezer, you good. You put it in the
Okay.
freezer, you good.
Okay.
But
But
we really shouldn't want to consume something that can sit on the shelf for a whole year.
yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And then
Like,
even after you freeze it, it might not be as fresh, would it?
oh no, it's people that freeze the slush and they like it took me down through there just like I
Okay.
would have cracked it the first
Okay.
time.
All right. So it
So
is
I
good to
have people
freeze.
who are out of state
Okay.
who buy them like by the threes and they freeze them and then they
Okay.
go back to them. But yeah,
Okay.
so we dealing with real. Your fruit gonna go bad after, excuse me, a certain amount of time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what that is. Your
Mm.
vegetables are gonna start to wilt
Yeah.
because it's live food.
Yeah.
And so we don't want to put so much death, stuff
Uh,
that's already dead in our body. That brings down our vibration. Like
mm-hmm.
people be like, why you so upbeat? Like, cause
Yeah,
I'm
cause
on
I
coconut
right,
water.
exactly.
You know, I got live
You know
electrolytes in
what?
me. That's
You,
why I be so high. Look at this
yes.
skin. The
You know
makeup, the
what?
beat is gone. Look at the skin.
What is her
She
name?
popping.
Lamique Cosmetics. Oh my God, y'all. Her name is escaping me, but she's a black entrepreneur, y'all. Shout out to her, the founder and owner of Lamique. Lamik beauty. She is cruelty free, vegan
Okay,
on all of that.
yeah.
Black woman out of Houston, Texas. And she said the same thing. I was like, how you be so high? I said, because we on the phone just vibing. And she's like, girl, it's that coconut water. I was
Yes.
like, you got
Yes.
it.
I drink my organic
But
green
that's
juice with
true.
my
That's true. It's
with
energy.
coconut
Yeah.
water. And honestly, when we so we have so much processed, ultra processed
Yeah.
foods in our body,
Yeah.
and our body is not getting the nutrients that everybody needs to do a flush and flush that colon. Like I'm telling you, people was like, Jay, you don't believe what was coming out. Like, yes, I do. I know
Mm-hmm.
because I
Stuff
used to
that's
eat
been in
like
there.
that. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I
Yeah.
know what it's like. But when your body is so compacted, the foods that you eat, your body can't get the nutrients that it's supposed to get because
Mm-hmm.
your body is so compacted with waste and it's
Mm-hmm.
not flushing properly. And
Mm-hmm.
so
You gonna
we
make me
have to
do it. I'm gonna
be
do it on Sunday.
we
I'm
have
gonna
to
go
be
ahead, lock it
intentional
down.
about eating our fresh fruits and vegetables. Every week, one day a week, I don't eat anything, nothing.
Water?
Yeah,
Okay, word,
water,
but
but
that's
I'm saying
it.
food. I don't
Yeah.
eat anything
Yeah.
because the body needs to rest. We're supposed to eat for nutrients. Back in
No,
the day
yeah.
when they had to hunt that food, how often were they eating? They weren't
Yeah,
eating
right. You're
very
supposed to
often.
be not living, eating to live, not living to
Right.
eat. Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
that's true.
So,
Yeah.
it's no scarcity. It's a chicken spot on every corner. And that's why I said, so when I lost all the weight, I was still eating everything. I started only going with fish because I was watching how they were mass producing chickens and how they were being handled.
Mm.
Now, like if it's Amish
Mm.
chicken or halal and like you can source it or it's organic, then I don't tell people to stop eating stuff because I eat this way. You'll never catch me trying to
Mhm.
shame people. Like I said, I
Mhm.
lost 89 pounds still eating barbecue pork roast.
But you showing through example though. And I think
Exactly.
that's the better way to show people because you can talk all day. But when you show people more through example, that's
And
when it
then this too, Rocky, with only a few minutes left.
yeah,
A
because I
lot
got
of
one last question, then
people,
we're gonna wrap up. Yeah, we
comfort
wrapping up.
food,
Yeah,
depression,
yeah.
we gotta
Mental health does
mental
matter.
health
Right. Yep.
matters. We got a lot of people who aren't eating, and that's not good.
Right.
You
Yep.
malnourished that way.
Yep.
Even if you heavy, you still could be malnourished.
Yep.
But go ahead with your
That's
question.
making sense. That's making sense. No, and I'm glad you pointing out these because it's dispelling misconceptions.
It is.
And that's what I try to do all the time on my platform is dispel the misconceptions. So I do want to thank you again for coming, Jay, and taking time because I know you exhausted. I know you've been up.
Man, I'm still on a high.
But I want to give you your flowers
Thank
as a
you.
fellow Black woman in business and just who is about the health and wealth of her community. I can see that on you. And
Thank
so I
you.
just admire that about you. So,
Thank
and
you.
this is you a friend of the show. We're
Okay,
gonna have to do some
okay.
future collaborations. Let's get it.
Definitely,
Let's do an event with
definitely.
Juicing with Jay there.
Period.
Let's plan something for this year because I'm all about collaboration. But right
That's the way
quickly,
to go.
you do more together. I
You
don't know.
do
And then
more
people be acting like it's
together.
scarcity. It's enough out here for
Exactly.
everybody.
It's
If you
enough
work with
water
people,
for every bucket. That's
exactly,
Adele Hopkins right there. It's a
exactly.
Robin's
Like
mama. It's enough water for every bucket.
I love it.
But sometimes you're gonna have to pay to get this sauce. You're not gonna call me like, well, so what kind of juicer you use? Okay, and so what blends do I
uh,
I have consultations.
okay. We're not gonna
125 an
exchange
hour.
hot. Listen, get it, and we're not exchanging hot breath for free. No more. No more
Okay.
hot breath for free. Tell people where they can find you.
You guys can find me at 19550 Grand River at Press Juice Bar. Also, Juicing with Jay on Instagram and Facebook. Jay Griggs on Facebook uh, and Instagram. And I don't really be on Twitter like that no more.
Child,
But
right.
yeah,
Okay, right quick. Last question. We're gonna do 5 faves in 15 seconds.
5 faves.
So I'm gonna ask you 5 favorite things and try to tell me the answers in 15 seconds.
Okay, let's see.
So favorite food.
Salmon.
Okay, favorite book.
Tony K. Bombara, Gorilla My Love.
Oh, favorite movie.
Pretty Woman and Love and Basketball. Ty,
Okay.
I'm a lover.
Okay. Favorite thing to wear.
Brown or black. Leggings.
Right. Listen. Favorite exercise or health hack.
I'm on glutes because the booty started to drop. So Rob said the other day, so you only doing ass exercises now. I'm like, but that thinging though, ain't it?
I love
So
it.
I'm on glute bridges, I'm on RDLs, I'm on deadlifts. Yeah. But I love the stairs.
Okay.
I love the stairs.
Okay. I love it. That thing thanging
That
though.
thing
Okay.
thangin'.
Okay. Yeah, shout out to the hubbies. That's one of the secrets
Man.
to marriage. Keep that thing
Absolutely.
thanking.
And to this business. Like I said, my husband don't get the credit that he
Shout out to
deserves
Rob.
because again, the journey started with me.
Yeah.
The journey started with me. It was my own personal journey and he supported that. But
Yeah.
this nigga were gonna say, oh, if you look like that on one of them old pictures, he's like, I wouldn't have been in your DM.
You know what?
I'm like,
y'all got together after you lost the weight?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
When
I was losing the weight, yeah.
You probably still would have been looking
But
at
we
secret.
actually went to Rob and I have been knowing each other since we were 12 years old.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
We went to grade school and high school together.
I love it. All right. All right. Okay. Well, y'all, thank you everyone for listening and watching Rocky's Reality. Y'all make sure y'all check out Press Juice. It's Juice Bar is open now. Y'all follow Juicing with Jay. Set up that consultation. Follow her to get all those great workout sessions. And thank you again, Jay.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
I was supposed to come years ago. Tiffany Barr was like, you gotta get on Rocky's show.
Listen,
like
it's a matter of time.
Like 5 years ago, she was saying that.
It's a matter of time.
Yep.
See, here we are. Because Clement was on a few years, and I got to have him back. So everybody, Tiff was on too. It's just a matter of time. It's all good. I'm glad.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. All right. Have a good night, you all.